We're gonna get into something that I've wanted to do on this channel since its birth. We're gonna go on Reddit and we're just gonna read a bunch of shit. And we're gonna talk about the workplace. Are you okay with someone telling you to get out of your Crocs? I learned how to get a job on paper. It's nothing like that. It is nothing like that. Oh, been here, bro. Constantly bullied at a job that has no HR. I've been in many situations where there was no HR. What if you gotta report some racist shit and your HR is white? I was like, bro, man, like, I just got here, man. How do I know you're not part of the problem too? I used to work at this one spot and I was joking with my manager. I was like, shut up, man. That doesn't sound... We were cool though. We were cool. I was talking about my manager. I was like, shut up, man. I'm gonna report you to HR. This is my boss. And he's like, I am HR. And I was like, fuck. But yeah, no, if we weren't cool, that presents a problem. Every day I come into work, there's always comments about the way I have my hair, the way I dress, my body, and even food. Snacks I eat, drinks I drink. Fuck you. Their opinions don't matter to me, but I'm sick of everyone having something to say about my existence. Anyone that's thinking like, oh, you know, just rub it off, blah, 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 blah. Dude, repetition will drive anyone nuts. There's an old Alfred Hitchcock feature. There's this dude, tough dude, you know, doesn't seem like he unwavering. He has achieved stoicism. He's at his apartment, just finally home, gets to relax, but then the drain has a drip. The drain's drip, bloop, bloop, bloop. And the whole episode is just him going nuts because no matter what that drips, no, it doesn't stop. But yeah, that's the same thing, dude. Even if it doesn't matter, even if it doesn't necessarily hurt you, even if you don't care, negative repetition can fuck you up, bro. And it's okay to say that. And that's why we should have an HR. I hated how this one coworker giggled. This is outside. That's a me problem though. That's a me problem. But hearing that giggle pissed me off. What am I gonna be like? Hey, can you shut the fuck up? Like, no, I'm not gonna do that because you're having a good time at your job. Me and the dude just didn't click. We just, you know what I mean? I feel like everything I do is being picked apart and I'm starting to feel ganged up on. I've talked to management, but because the people doing it make the most money, they get no repercussions. Not to mention the job has no HR, which should have been a red flag from the get-go for sure. That's something that I'm having a lot of problems with this too, where looking at the red flags, I got myself into a pyramid scheme. I left with more money than I came in with though. So no one in here be like, oh, that's not bullying, that's not real bullying. Getting ganged up on, that's enough to do it, bro. That's enough to make you feel like a piece of shit. This is someone's truth that they put on the internet. If you're pissed about work, sometimes, you gotta talk about it somewhere. And this may be this person's truth. If they feel like they're getting ganged up on, that's being bullied, then that's how they fucking feel. Yeah, man, and it sucks when the people who are assholes are at the top. You really don't have to be a good person to get a promotion. You don't have to be a good person to be successful, and that's too bad. How much of mental wellness and crisis management is worked into HR training? I don't know. In a way, a counselor and an HR rep should be similar. You're dealing with people. Are HR reps ready to handle triggers? Are they ready to actually listen? No disrespect to HR reps out there. Let's look at Toby. Let's look at Toby from The Office. All he tries to do is arbitrate Michael Scott's bullshit. You need some training to deal with a Michael Scott. Though he is an exaggeration, there are Michael Scotts out there in one way, shape, or form. Let's keep going. I quit my job, and now my ex-boss won't pay me because there wasn't anyone to cover for me. What the fuck? I, female 28, was working as sort of a tour guide in Italy. We have to be under the sun for almost 104 degrees Fahrenheit from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Thank you, first of all, for putting it in Fahrenheit. I don't even know what it's supposed to be called. It's Fahrenheit and Celsius. I know there's like, is that the metric system? That's no. So after a month of this, I got really sick. I was feeling bad before, but on a particular day, I was really dehydrated with headaches, nausea, dizziness. So I wrote to my boss telling him I was feeling really bad and could make it to work. Really bad and could make it to work. His response was no. And I demanded I go immediately to work. My boyfriend stayed with me the whole time, helping me carry a huge bag of virtual reality visors that I always need to carry on for work. Wow. Touring in Italy is like that? And if you put on these virtual goggles and follow me here, you will be able to see what an actual free-for-all tournament look like at the Colosseum. To the death. The Colosseum's in Italy, right? Otherwise, I'm a fucking idiot. I couldn't work anymore as it was affecting my health, but I offered to do a few more hours next weekend while he finds another person to find the job. But that I needed my payment first, as it was already the first of the month. He got really mad and told me that he always pays his debts and that he didn't want to work anymore with me. I haven't received any payment, so I contacted a girl that quit just when I started working. She told me that they haven't been paid either and that something similar happened to her, and now the boss is saying he is going to lose money because of us, because he didn't have anyone to cover me as I was doing the job of 2 people. And apparently he won't pay us because we are both students from other countries. There isn't much we can do even if we have a work permit here. Who's the dude from Squid Games? Ali, the boy. He was in Korea and his boss didn't want to pay him, and then he ended up in the Squid Games. In a Squid Game? We have a boss that's understaffed. If he's making a mistake, just doesn't want to admit that they fucked up, which you see a lot in the workplace. She does the job the best they can given the circumstances. Like, you ever go to work sick? You shouldn't have to. It's a risk for you. It's a risk for the job. It's a risk for the people in the job. I was working in food during like COVID, and I was like, yo, I was lying, but I was like, yo, I got exposed. What's the move? Do you wait for my results? And they were like, no, just come in. And I was like, I work with food. And look at this just threatening, woe is me ass. He's going to lose money because of us, because he didn't have anyone to cover me. It's not if this Redditor didn't show up that someone couldn't do the job. What she just proved is that one person can do the job. It's possible, so find someone else to fucking do it. I'm sure that's not her first time where she's had to power through a shift solo dolo like that. I'm sure there's people in this video audience that have been through that. I for sure have, dude. And the fact that they're not getting the money, that's fucking annoying. Fuck you, boss. Anyways, okay, let's move on. That one was yesterday. My boss is telling me how depressed he is because his dad is in the hospital. Today he sends me this.
You are my honey bun sugar plum. Love you so, and I want you to know that I'll always be.
I would have preferred it if there was a dick pic at the end. Because, like, you might as well at that point. That's just, ew. Gross. Wait. Did this dude send a girl the YouTube video of a TikTok sound? That's so weird. I'm just gonna... what are the comments? I love the song. Looks like he likes you. Super cute, but definitely wouldn't want it from my boss. Y'all, raise the bar a little bit. Oh, this is good to hear. Document the hostile work environment, then quit and claim unemployment. When you are denied, appeal the decision and provide the documentation of hostile work environment. I was able to successfully do this in California, though instead of a hostile work environment, it was bouncing paychecks and workers getting injured, only to find the employer was not carrying any workers' comp insurance, which is against state law. Wow. Department of Labor for hostile work environment. Keep track of every incident, date, and time. Department Labor of why are we not doing more of this? Okay, there's a Department of Labor. I don't even know that. This Redditor says, am I overreacting? I have almost 5 months in my job. My first day, my manager told me, in this department, we do the following. She listed all of them and finished each sentence with, I do this. The only thing that was entirely mine was customer reclaims, debit notes, and all that bullshit. Oh, like customer service type stuff, returns. 3 months later, she began to give me some more responsibilities, so I was cool with that. The only problem was that when I did something wrong, she emphasized it. I was lacking of things to do because the tasks she gave me, She took them again and told me, how do you want more things to do if the little ones are always wrong? Of course, I made some mistakes as my first job, but not all of them were wrong. She told me repeatedly, you made a mistake again, in a disrespectful tone. She always finds a way to make me feel miserable at this job. In my day, I only work like 2 hours because I don't have anything to do. Oh, no, I totally get you. I cannot tolerate that someone says to me that I'm not capable of doing something new because it's difficult. And she knows how to do it because she has a lot of experience. Should I resist until I have a new job or quit and hope everything else comes in my way? I'm really desperate and sad. Damn, this one's a doozy. I went to school for marketing. I got a marketing internship. Thought I would be doing a bunch of marketing stuff. That's what it seemed like in the interview. Ended up just doing papers, random things. One of the big takeaways that I had in that, I want to feel utilized. I've worked hard to earn these skills. I filled the resume the best I can with as many skills that I'm proud of as I could. And y'all aren't gonna use any of them? That's a very feeling, dude. No one wants to be the toy that doesn't get played, bro, or something. I don't know. For your first job, bro, that's something we all gotta learn. But everyone's had that situation, you know what I mean? Even dream jobs aren't your dream jobs when you're in it all the time. Like I said earlier, you don't have to be a good person to be successful. You don't have to be a good person to be promoted. You don't have to be good at your job to be promoted. This Redditor showed the initiative, like, hey man, I'm ready for more tasks, and they were getting them, but put the carrot in front of the face and then put the carrot away, but the stick instead. Bait and switch this person, this Redditor. Of the 8 hours that make a third of your day, 6 of those hours just doing absolutely nothing, just wasting time, wasting energy. Why am I here? I'd rather be home. I'm over here watching Netflix on my phone. I could be watching it on my couch. You ever been at a job just bored out of your mind? It's like the money's not even worth it. I need to be stimulated. I need tasks. And when you show me to do things, I'm gonna fuck up at first. I need more like hands-on training in the beginning, and then leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. We could do everything over text. We could do everything text. We could do everything emails. I'm better off, you know, just less pressure on me that way, and I could focus a lot better. But that's something I had to learn. But now this person's over here finally get some work that they seem to be excited about, and then all of a sudden that's gone, and I'm getting berated because I do a couple things wrong. What is this? The first, this is 5 months? Bro, it takes a while to know everything about a job. Like, you ever have a new POS system? Like, that takes some time, bro. You're going to make mistakes. That's okay. There's famous stories about, like, I got the position I've always dreamed of. I have so much responsibility. I'm making so much money. I love this job. Blah, 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 blah. You mess up. You mess up and it costs $10 million. My bad. You go to your boss. Hey, my bad. I'll pack my things. And they're like, shut up. I just spent $10 million to teach you a lesson. Get back to work. That's how things should be treated. I'm gonna bring up this book again because What is Your Parachute? They do really good at making it on an equal ground. If I'm the employee who's gonna work for the employer, like I'm trying to get a job, I'm taking a risk in giving them my talents, and they're taking a risk. The employer is taking a risk for bringing me on the team and seeing if my talents work. So that naturally is going to have a lot of friction. That's going to have a lot of transition. 5 months is not a lot of time. 5 months, that's not even enough to like really open up to your coworkers and tell them what you really did over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that's not a lot of time. It's, you know, you're still nervous at 5 months, bro. You're going to make mistakes. And any boss that's going to be a little asshole about it should not be a boss. An asshole about it regularly, I'll say, because I've had bosses that are like, oh, and then you're like, you know what, my bad, bro. And I was like, he's like, my bad, bro. I just wasn't having that day. And it's like, also fair. Sometimes that happens. Depends on the, you know, it's a case by case basis. Employers of Reddit, what are your crazy employee stories? Employee? A few years ago, I was a kitchen manager at a place in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know if it's common knowledge or not, but drug use in kitchens is very common. No, for sure. And most of the time accepted. Fuck yeah. That being said, I had a line cook who had come in tweaked out on coke. He came to me and explained the situation, apologized, asked if he could run somewhere and come in a little later in better shape. It was slow and most of the prep was done, so I said he could have an extra hour. That's a good boss. Dude, you gave him a shot. Rick. Good shit, Rick. He knows what's up. He comes back 45 minutes later and is calmed down. Stopped shaking and had a grin on his face. He was one of my better line cooks, so I was glad to see that I didn't have to reprimand him. We began the dinner service and everything is running smoothly when I look across the line and he begins to look as if he's falling asleep while working the grill. He assured me he was fine. 15 minutes go and I see him collapse, landing with his face and arm on the grill. He didn't even wake up. I ran across the kitchen to push him off. Skin literally melted to the grill. As he hits the ground, he wakes up and says, "Ah, shit. Chef, may I go to the hospital?" This isn't real. What did he get? What did he go home to do? He didn't sleep. Get that out of your head. He didn't go home to sleep. Did he just like dab hella times? Like what did you counteract? Don't mix your drugs. But what did he do? The smell was horrific. At 7 p.m. on a Friday night, we closed the restaurant, opened all the doors and windows, and cleaned up the mess. We bought new plates for the grill, don't worry. As I'm doing my order for the next day around 10 p.m., he comes back in bandages and says, "Chef, can I help with anything?" Astonished, I couldn't reply. This is a good worker. All things considered. Because this is the story that I'm getting from this so far. There is a manager and there's the line cook. Manager of the restaurant and the line cook. Line cook comes in, up on cocaine. Not a big deal. Manager's like, whatever. It's not what I prefer, but you're a good line cook. Whatever. And then he's like, "Yo, chef, can I go home for like a little bit and just straighten out?" And then the manager was like, "Fine, go, give you an hour. The dude came back in 45 minutes. I just realized that right. He came back in 45 minutes. I would have used that hour. I would have used that hour to its fullest, bro. He comes back and he seems like he's killing it. He's doing hella good on the line, bro. And he falls asleep on the grill and doesn't wake up while his face is getting burnt, and they gotta close the whole restaurant because it smells like face burnt. And the dude comes in the next day, bandages, and says, "Chef, is there anything I could do to help? Keep that guy. Keep him. Ask him if there's anything wrong, but he is a good worker. Drugs do not say you're a bad worker. He is a good worker. Ask him if he's cool. You know what I mean? Do you need me to help you fucking call someone? Are you good, bro? Because you're showing me that you want to work here. You want to earn your keep and you want to help out. Like, this job means something to you, and I appreciate that. And that makes me happy that I brought you on your team. Are you okay? Do you want to, do dishes for a while or something, dude? Just fucking keep him, dude. That's a good worker. Wow." Astonished, I couldn't reply, and he continued to explain that he went to his dealer's house and got a shit ton of Oxycontin, snorted it so he could calm down, and he just nodded out. "But it's okay. They gave me morphine so I could still work, and I'm a dumbass, so don't worry about workers' comp. I just want to have a job." Okay, a little too much. A little too much, but I had your back, bro. I did. I had your back. But I mean, what are you gonna do? You got desperate. What are you just? I gotta cut this. I gotta cut this high down. There's too many uppers, bro. Never mix your uppers and your downers. Look up the stories of Four Locos and look up what the chemicals do. It's bad for you. Don't do that. Anyway, edit. 2 weeks later, he returned to work sober and hasn't touched a drug or a drink since. I arranged so that his hospital bills were paid, but he had no paid time off. One of the best employees and craziest motherfuckers I will ever meet. That's a good story. That's a real good story. What the? Please support Black, Brown, Asian business. My name is Kyle from work. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. That was a good warm up. I did some tongue twisters. Tongue twisters. Damn. I practice them now. I don't look like I practice them. Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. Ooh. What's up, bitch?